Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd. It is 6:19 right now. Market's going to open in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our session for today. Just a reminder, as I posted in the group, we're going to be going back to our old format where I typically just scalp throughout the live session, and then I'll answer questions later. So if you guys do have questions, you guys are welcome to put your questions in the chat, but I'm not going to be looking at the chat until later at the end of the session. So that's pretty much how the format is going to work today. I'll be mostly looking for scalps, and we'll look at the breakout. If the breakout gets in the way of the scalps, then I'll probably just avoid it today. Yeah, this is requested by a lot of people for us to go back to our old way of trading, basically. I stopped trading this way because it was a little too risky for a lot of new traders, but I mean, this is the way that I trade the best. So I'm going to keep trading this way. And we'll see how it goes shortly. All right. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And I'll just give another heads up once we start shortly. Hey, Kenny, morning. All right, let's see. People are making their way in. Morning, Peter. I'm going to go ahead and identify what the bias is shortly. So looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 58% short, indicating that 58% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy. Looking over at the fundamentals are currently 164 points in the green. So this indicates that we have a pretty decent bullish bias right now. So right now we have a bullish bias with regard to fundamentals and retail sentiment. Looking over at the news for today, we got a couple of news events. We have final services PMI at 645, and then we have ISM services PMI at 7 with factory orders. And then last, we have crude oil inventories at 730. So we have quite a bit of news today, 645, 7, 730. I'll mark that up on the chart right now. So 645, 7, 730. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with our scalps today very much, but we will have to be a bit cautious around those price points. So let's see who else is here. Morning, Jamie. Morning, Steven. Morning, Maria. Morning, Ross. Morning, David. Morning, Karen. Morning, Marlon. Morning, everybody. So just a reminder, guys, today is Wednesday, August 3rd. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So just a reminder for my announcement that I made yesterday, we're going to go back to our old format of trading today, which was requested by a lot of the K2 members. Basically, I'm going to be focused mostly on scalping during the live session. I'll be answering questions at the end. So I won't be looking at the chat at all. You guys are more than welcome to put anything in the chat, but I'm not going to be answering any questions until the very end when I'm done with my scalping. So a couple of things with that said, I'll try to look for the breakout, guys, but if the breakout interferes with the scalping, then I'm not going to be too focused on that. I'm just going to be more focused on the scalping. One thing that I realized, and one thing that a lot of people were mentioning to me, was that I was becoming a little too focused on like catering to like other members in K2. Like for me personally, I'm a scalper, right? You guys know how I trade, and you guys know how I trade best. I trade best at scalping. A lot of members were for a while were asking me to focus on like one-to-one reward strategies like the breakout, alien trees and whatnot, but that's not necessarily my best way of trading. So there was a lot of like trial and error going on with that type of trading. But scalping is really what I do best. So we're going to focus on scalping today. And then if you guys have questions, feel free to put in the chat and I'll answer them later at the end of the session. So market's going to open shortly in about 6 minutes, and we will be looking for some scalps. I won't really be explaining too much either. If I have time to explain why I'm taking an entry and whatnot, I'll try to explain it, but these scalps happen too fast. A lot of the times I'll explain it later at the end of the session. There's also going to be one scalp strategy that I haven't explained to you guys yet. So you're going to see me taking a scalp trade. It's basically rejections off. It's a trend continuation strategy and momentum continuation strategy that is taking off rejections off these K2SRs. So you're going to see my chart looking a little messy today because I'm going to leave these K2SRs on the chart looking for specific rejections off these points. So the chart's going to be messy, but it's going to make sense to me and a few other members, or a lot of members here who are familiar with the K2SR. Basically, this K2SR indicator automatically plots support and resistance on the chart. So what I'm basically going to be looking for a lot of these scalps is the direction of momentum. So say, for example, right here, we have a bearish momentum, right? I'm looking for price to come down. And then I'm looking for a rejection off these K2SRs, but not just that. I'm looking for a rejection and a candle in the direction of momentum. So it'll start to make sense as we take the trade, but most of you won't really understand what's going on. I'll try to explain it later at the end of the session, but this isn't a strategy that's taught yet. This is one that I typically apply when I'm trading by myself because it's very fast paced and you have to really know what you're doing. So morning, Deswell. Morning, Ryan. Morning, Matt. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Madsy. Yeah, Rashida, I'm going for 100 pips. All my scalps are just going to be for 100 pips. So quick scalps in and out. Pretty much what we used to do prior. Morning, Sisu. Yeah, Matsy said SR is the most important indicator to identify rejections. And I agree with you 100%, Matsy. So it's like one of the best ways of identifying continuations or like break and retests and rejections and stuff back in the direction of our actual momentum. So you guys will see how it's applied, but it's not a strategy that I've taught to you guys yet. So you guys will kind of be a bit confused when you see me taking them, but I'll try to explain it as I go along. Yeah, Brian, stop loss at 300 pips. That's just going to be the cushion, if it's necessary. I'm still looking at the red flags though. So a couple red flags that I'll be looking for will be the sessions. My sessions aren't even on here. So a couple red flags will be the sessions, possibly news price, opening price, etc. But for the most part, sessions is pretty much going to be the main thing that we'll be avoiding, and big candles. So if the candle is bigger than 300 pips, we're going to be avoiding those types of entries as well. All right, we got about 2 minutes till market open. So we will be trading shortly live. Once I hit 6:30, guys, I'm going to be closing the chat. You guys are free to put whatever you guys want in the chat, but I'm not going to be looking at it. I'll be looking at it at the end. So if you guys do have questions or you guys have any concerns or anything like that, just put them in the chat and I'll look at them at the end. But right now I'm going to be focused on trading the next 2 minutes or so. All right. All right, we got about a minute till market open. So just a reminder, guys, the bias right now is currently bullish. The reason for that is because retail sentiment is currently 58% short, indicating that 58% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we want to do the opposite. The fundamentals over here also align with the bullish bias because it is currently 158 points or 151 points in the green. So we do have a bullish bias for today. we'll see where it goes from here. So let's take it candle by candle. All right, market is opening in about 30 seconds, guys. All right, let's see where this goes. Trend meter is currently red right now, but this can easily shift right back up. Just a reminder, we have news coming up here at 6:45, so we got to be a bit careful. I'm probably not going to really be looking at variations, guys. I'm mostly going to be looking at like high-low scalps and the strategy that I was referring to a little earlier. So we do have a bullish momentum right here. Market is now open. So I'll be looking also for the breakout if it comes up, but for the most part, I'm probably going to skip it. I don't want to eat up my margin for the scalps here. So, all right, market is now open, guys. So let's see. In order for us to take the breakout here, we need a strong green candle. Currently, we have a green momentum right here, so we need a strong green candle to confirm the breakout here. Probably gonna hold off on it though if it does come up, because I don't want to eat up my margin for the scalps. Or if I do take it, I'll probably take it with a smaller lot size. So nothing here yet. It's bouncing back and forth. Just a reminder, we have news right here at 6:45, 7, and 7:30. So just gotta be a bit careful with that. All right, as price starts to drop lower, this may be the breakout right here for a sell. Just keep in mind that this candle here looks a bit huge, so I want to be a bit careful taking the breakout here. If and when it does come up, hasn't closed yet. But if it does close with a sell signal and a strong red candle, that would be the breakout. One thing that you want to be cautious for is going to be the sessions right here. Price can easily bounce off these points. So this may be the breakout right here, guys. This candle here is huge though, so you might want to wait for the retracement, or you might want to wait for either the retracement or just wait for it to confirm. So it looks like this might be the breakout right here. So this is the breakout. If you guys are taking it, obviously you can see this candle here is huge. You probably want to wait a little bit for it to retrace before taking it. It could retrace possibly to halfway of the candle, which would be somewhere around here. Or it might retrace to the full candle before coming down. So this would technically be the breakout right here. I'm going to be looking for a scalp, so I'm looking for it to come up and then swing back down, rejecting off the K2SRs. So there goes the retracement that we anticipated. So if you guys are taking this, as I mentioned, you shouldn't take it right away. Wait for it to retrace up a little bit. You can see it's retracing to the full candle, and then it may be making its way back down shortly. So just got to be smart about the moves that you guys take right here, especially with the way that the market is currently moving. So not in this position yet. If you guys followed my analysis for it, you basically, whenever you see a big candle like this, you want to wait for it to retrace before you take it. So right here, you can see a retrace back to the full candle. We have a sell momentum here. So for the scalps that I'm looking for a wick rejection off it. If not, I'm waiting for it to swing back up. Our overall bias for today is bullish. So that's why I thought this was going to be a bit risky. If you guys listened to what we covered earlier, retail sentiment's currently 58% short, indicating that 58% of retail traders are selling. So you want to do the opposite and buy. Also, the fundamentals were also bullish. So bias for today is bullish. I'm pretty much just waiting for it to swing back up. So I didn't take this breakout right here. Hopefully you guys didn't either, because I did mention that if you guys did want to take it, wait for it to come back down. However, it wouldn't align with the bias anyways. So I probably wouldn't have taken it to begin with, as I mentioned earlier. I'm still looking for scalps though. So I'll be taking this off right here. I will be looking for some scalps right here. So if I see anything come up, there's just no breakout for today. It just went against the bias. Also, candle that was too big. So two of the big red flags there, also sessions. So if you guys are wondering why I consider that risky, looking at the red flags right here, it was near sessions. And then also candle prior entry was too large. If you have more than one red flag here, it's just a definite skip, right? So no entry off the breakout right there. I'll be looking for some scalps. Mainly, I'll be looking for the wick rejections off the K2SRs, also high-low scalps, but we don't have anything here right now. Price is bouncing back and forth. We have a sell momentum, so I'm looking for a wick rejection to the top side, confirming a rejection and correction back to the downside. But I'm not really looking for sells today because the bias for today is going to be a buy. Fundamentals over here are bullish. Let's take a look at the heat map. Heat map is currently, should be pretty green. Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty green right here. So this is why there's really no reason to look for any sells. Everything's pointing towards a buy. Heat map here is pretty much all green for the most part. Fundamentals are up 183 points. Sentiment over here is up 58%, or it's 58% short. So we're definitely going to be doing the opposite and buying. But in order for me to take any buys here, I need to get a buy signal. So we don't have a buy signal yet. I need that to confirm. One thing to be careful for is going to be the news here at 6:45. We have news coming up right over here in the next 10 minutes. This right here was a V1, but it just wouldn't fit my criteria for entry. But yeah, this was a V1 right here. It's a double body rejection. It's red and green candle. Pending momentum, if you took that for a buy, that'd be a great full TP. However, the candle there is too big. Typically, if the candle is bigger than 300 pips, I just completely skip it. So this here would have been a win, but I didn't take it because the candle here is too big. All right, so I'm looking for a buy signal. My main thing, or my main concern right now is a buy signal. I'm looking for a buy signal here to close. There's no high-low scalp because this candle didn't close above this high here. There's just no entries right now. Here we come. Here we have the pending buy signal right now. If this here closes, I'll be looking for a wick rejection off any of the structures, which are the K2SR lines over here, and any high-low scalps if they do come up as we continue along. All right, price is pushing up, which is perfect. It's what I was looking for. There he goes, it pushes up. There is a rejection right here, but it's not rejecting off the K2SR. So the K2SR is right here. It's breaking through it, but it's not rejecting off it. So there's not going to be an entry there for me to take right now. This here would technically be a pivot scalp, but price is like super overextended. So I'm not taking that scalp entry right there. As you can see right here, would have hit full TP. If you guys are not familiar with that strategy, it's a pivot scalp strategy. Basically bullish momentum right here, matches the trend meter. Would have been a quick scalp for a buy, but not one that I would take. It's just super overextended. I'm looking for that retracement back down and rejection off the K2SR. All right, let's see. It looks like some of you guys did catch that right there. So just keep in mind, guys, keep in mind all of the scalp strategies. They're going to come really quick because these scalp strategies happen super quickly. So you have to be familiar with the strategies here. It looks like some of you guys here did catch that pivot scalp, but it's just super choppy right now. How big is this candle right here? Yeah, this candle here was kind of big. You know, typically I was mentioning before, if it's bigger than 300 pips, we typically skip it. This was really close to it. It's 280 pips. So like 2 pips away from being too large for entry. All right, so let's see as price continues to push up or if it comes back down. If you guys are not familiar with these horizontal lines right here, the chart's going to be a bit messy because I'm going to be leaving the K2SRs on. These K2SRs automatically plot support and resistance on the chart for us. So as price continues to move along, support and resistance is going to be updated as price is up here. This is fine because if price does retrace down, looking for it to retrace, basically bounce off support and resistance or the SR, and then I'm going to catch it for a scalp back to the upside. Overall bias is bullish, so I'm definitely looking for buys today. Let's take a look at the sentiment again. It should still be about the same, 58%. Yeah, no change so far. The main thing that I'd be careful for here is going to be the news. That's another reason why I was worried about taking this pivot scalp here, because we have news coming up in less than 6 minutes. So sucks that we have news right here, but this might be beneficial for us. So like right here, for example, let me see, we have PMI coming up, I believe. We have final services PMI. Hopefully this is, so let's see, they're predicting it to be neutral. So we'll see if this affects the market at all. If it does, we'll see how the market reacts to it, and then we'll catch it as it swings, possibly back in our direction. Yeah, I can see that too. So we could probably see price over here range a bit, because typically what happens with a lot of people when they're identifying this, and don't like fall for this trap here. What you see happen here a lot is price will push up and then it'll start to consolidate a bit, right? So when it consolidates, it starts to identify where the liquidity is sitting, basically where the traders are trading. Because there's going to be two types of people who try to enter trades when it reaches the top like this. There's going to be people who are trying to catch it at the top and catch on its way back down, or you're going to have people who are trying to chase it back even higher, right? So depending on where the traders are, if there's more people looking to catch the top here, then price will likely continue pushing up. Vice versa, if there's a lot of people who are looking to pretty much ride this wave up, then it's going to spike down shortly to stop people out, and then it'll come right back up and continue higher. So we'll just wait and see what happens with price here. It's a typical pattern that plays out whenever you have a big bullish push like this. If you ever look back to like previous big pushes, like for example, right here, price pushed down, swung right back up, right? Stop everybody out. Price swung back up, it swung back down and stop everybody out. So it's just a matter of time before it swings back. So this is okay. I want price to come down a little bit because I'm looking for price to come down and reject off these points anyways. I want price to come down and reject off the SR, and then I catch it as it continues back to the upside. But currently right now, nothing to take at the moment. All right, let's see if this comes down a bit. I wouldn't mind if it closes with the sell signal. As long as it comes down here and rejects off one of the SRs, that's the main thing. The main thing that we want to be careful for is going to be the news right here at 6:45. Between 6:45 and 7, we have about 15 minutes to maybe catch one scalp from there, but it's going to be tricky because there is a lot of news today. All right, let's see it drop a little bit. Pending sell momentum there off this candle. Just fine. You guys can see price is now ranging between these points right here. There's a high and there's a low right there. So there goes the current range. Not too much going on here. There's going to be a couple different things that I'll be looking for. One of the things is going to be price pushing down, rejecting off the structure and bouncing back up. That's where I'll be looking to take my buy scalp. Or if price pushes up from this point, looking for it to close above here for a high-low scalp. So a couple different opportunities here to make an entry. But we do have news coming up in about 2 minutes. So we'll see how price reacts to the news. I actually want price to push down a little lower. I want price to push down a little lower, and then I want to catch it as it swings back up. All right, nothing right now. Well, I'm going to chill anyways. I'm going to chill for like 2 minutes for this news to pass, see how price reacts to it, and then we'll look for a possible scalp after here. All right. I'm going to take this off right now. So my target point right here is going to be the K2SR. Let me mark up opening price real quick so that we can be familiar with it. Opening price was right here. So it looks like price, I mean, it could possibly come back to opening price here for the retest, but maybe not. So there goes my target area right there. Let's see if price bounces off it. There goes a K2SR. So price has reached the target area over here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a wick rejection off it with a green candle to catch it back up. But we do got news coming up right now in about 30 seconds. So I'm not looking to take anything at the moment. All right, price broke below it. That's fine. Next area of rejection is going to be right here. Still there. It's rejecting off it. All right, so price rejected off it perfectly. You can see this red candle right here, big wick off this K2SR, bounced right off it. But we are on the news candle, so unfortunately, I'm not going to have anything to take, even though I did. This is what I was looking for. News was neutral. Thanks, Peter, for the update. News was neutral over here for the final services PMI. All right, it's neutral. Nothing too crazy right there. This right here may be a scalp entry for thing that I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to wait for it though. I'm not gonna take it, unfortunately. It's right on the news candle. I was hoping it would. Actually, there's no entry off there. It needed to close as a green candle. So good thing I didn't jump the gun and try to enter that right there. You can see how choppy it was on that candle right there. I'm going to mark up news price off that. In order for me to take that, it would need to be a green candle because I'm looking for a continuation in the direction of my momentum. So there's no green candle there. This price pushes down lower. That's completely fine. Price can just bounce off this point too. So if this structure has been broken, that's completely fine. See how this moves over here. All right, let's see how this candle here closes. If it closes as a green candle, there'll be the wick rejection off this structure, possible entry for a scalp using the other strategy that I was referring to. But nothing off that. Okay, so nothing off that right there. Price is now at the next target level right here. Let's delete this. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a green candle that is wicking off one of these SRs right here. If it closes with a sell signal right here, then it's no longer going to be valid because we need to be trading the direction of momentum right here. It's not going to apply. If it closes with the sell signal, nothing for us to take, or nothing for me to take specifically. But I'm looking for that rejection. All right, price is rejecting off here. I need a green candle though. We do have the wick rejection, but it needs to be a green candle for me to take it. There's no green candle there unless it's like it literally closes at the last second. So here goes the green candle right here, but there's no wick rejection. So it's like, it's the thing I'm looking for, but it doesn't fit the criteria. This criteria might meet the other strategy though, the SR. So if you guys remember the K2SR zone strategy, this is one that Maddie's been applying lately. Draws his zones on the 5 minute, looks for the break and close outside of it on the 1 minute. Then he pretty much rides it for about 100 pips. But yeah, the candle might be too big. Does this line up with your 5 minute zone, Maddie? Yeah, so this would be a K2SR zone strategy. See if it hits. Looks like it's going to. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, hit full TP right there, Maddie. It's a quick little touch and then swung back down. All right, so I'm still waiting for the scalp to come up. There's going to be, I mean, this is just going to be a game of patience waiting for the scalp to come up. It's going to bounce back and forth, but I haven't taken anything yet. I'm waiting for it to come back down. I need a wick rejection off the structure. So, I mean, literally, I'm waiting for it to wick reject off one of these K2SRs. There was a wick rejection off here followed by a buy signal. This would technically be a V1, but there was no pending bullish momentum. So, unfortunately, no variation off that. I need at least I need at least like 1 or 2 trades to meet my criteria for the scalps. All right, let's see. This is cool. I'm fine with the price coming back down. I want it to come back down and reject off the K2SR over here. The main thing that we have to be worried about is going to be the news again right here at 7 o'clock. So I'm hoping we get an entry before then. If not, we just got to wait because that's going to be high impact news. I'm for sure not going to be trading that news. We're going to have the ISM services PMI. We're probably going to see some spikes off that news event. So let's see. Still nothing here right now. All right, so price is pretty much back into the range. The range over here is going to be this high. And this low right here. So not too much going on. It's just a really big range right here. Probably going to tighten soon, but I still need that rejection off of the structure. So still nothing here. We have about 9 minutes till news, so I'm probably gonna have to sit tight for a little bit for this news to pass. Probably gonna get some spikes, which is gonna be okay. If we get price to spike around, that's gonna be great because it's gonna get closer to these structures that we're looking at. Again, target structure is going to be this K2SR right here for the retest. That's gonna be the closest one. Gotcha. Yeah, Maddie was, thanks, Maddie, for the confirmation. The 5-minute zone is like way below here, so it's not going to be too useful. We'll have to go with the 1 minute here, if not the 2 minute or the 3 minute, which pretty much aligns with the 1 minute here. It's just the 1 minute's a little more accurate. Okay, perfect. Price is coming down right here. And it's so close to news price though. Damn, that would have been nice. If this right here at least would have wicked off here and it would have been a good green candle, that could have been scalp for buy. All right, nothing yet. How far this push up? Yeah. So there was this is the V1 I was looking at earlier. It's not a actual V1 because there's no pending buy signal, but there was a double body rejection right there. This kind of lined up with Maddie's SR zone entry right here. Basically a confluence, second confluence on top of the actual entry. All right, perfect. Price is coming down. That's what I'm looking for. And it's fine if it closes with the sell signal. We'll watch it right here. All right, price is getting close to the target structure right here. This is the K2SR. Okay, it's coming down to test it. I think overall bias is still very bullish. Looking over here at sentiment, currently at 58% short, hasn't changed much. Looking at the fundamentals, are up 220 points. Looking at the heat map, completely green. So we're definitely looking for buys here, guys. I'm not looking for any sells. I'm looking for buys. but we're just waiting for it to swing back up. We do have news coming up in about 6 minutes. So unfortunately, there's not going to be much opportunity here to take anything, obviously for the obvious reason. So yeah, nothing here. There goes a wick rejection off the structure that we were looking for. In order for me to take that as a trade, I needed this to be a green candle. I needed a wick rejection off the structure. It needed to be a green candle, indicating that price was going to continue back to the upside. Wick rejection on its own is not enough. You need to have that full confirmation. So unfortunately, it did reach my target rejection point right here, but it wasn't the type of candle that I was looking for. Also, we have news coming up over here in about 6 minutes. So either way, it looks like I'm going to have to sit tight for a bit, which is okay. What I kind of want to see here is I want price to push down a little more, and then maybe we can use this bottom area as the rejection structure, just so we have some more space. Or at some point, there might be new support and resistance that's going to be produced around this area over here. But I do want it to push down a little more so that we have we have an area to basically catch it with more cushion. So if I turn off the K2SR, those are the two current structures right there that we're looking. It's pretty much tested it twice already right here. Unfortunately, it wasn't the setup that we were looking for, so we couldn't take the buy. But this would be what I'm looking for, basically. I'm trying to trade in the direction of momentum. So we have a bullish momentum here, looking for the retest right there, but it's not the candle that I was looking for. If it was a green candle, great. I take that, I'll win the trade. Same with this one right here. If this was a green candle right here, rejection off that, I would have won the trade as well, because it would have just went straight to TP. So either trade here, if it played out properly, they both would have hit full TP right there. Unfortunately, it didn't. So just got to wait for that setup. This is like the downside with scalping. It's really just being patient and being disciplined, waiting for these entries. I know there's a lot of temptation to just enter the trade, but it's really just waiting for those setups. Setup hasn't come yet. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. So if you guys remember the breakout right here, guys, the breakout was actually a buy. So I know right here I marked up the breakout here for a sell, but if you use the confluence checklist that we typically apply, overall bias was bullish, so that wouldn't have applied for a sell. Current trend was it was bearish, so that's fine. High low continuation was okay. No high low candle reversal, and basically no entry right there as well for the additional strategy confluence. So it might have been a buy, it looks like, because the bias was bullish. It was very strong bullish bias too. So but whatever, we skip over that. So the breakout's not going to be looked at all, but we're looking for these scalps here as we continue along. Just wanted to confirm that if you guys were curious about that breakout. Looks like the structure here has just been expanded. So this structure here is no longer going to be the important one. This one's going to be the important one right here. Basically two structures right next to each other. Yeah. All right, if I turn this off, you guys can see right there, that's where the structure was created. But you can see that it's producing a lot of strong support here. So the bounce is going to happen. I'm expecting the bounce to happen. We just don't have that opportunity to make entry yet. So for this right here, I know this is rejecting off the structure, but this is not going to fit our requirement, or you guys don't know the requirements, but it's not going to fit the criteria because we don't have a buy signal. We have a sell signal right here. So I need another buy signal before I can take anything. It is rejecting off right here though. Also, there's news coming up in about 2 minutes. So all right. So this doesn't fit the criteria. We need the bullish momentum. We also have news coming up in about a minute. like this right here would have hit. Yep, would have hit full TP right there if it met the criteria for 100 pips. So there's a lot of setups coming up over here. They're just not meeting the criteria. So unfortunately, we had a sell signal right here. If we didn't have that sell signal, then it would have lined up with the criteria for full TP. Wick rejection off the structure right here, which is the K2SR. It was a green candle, perfect. Everything that I was looking for like the past 30 minutes. It came right here, but it didn't meet my criteria for the momentum. So it's all good. And then the news is coming up shortly. We got news coming up in about 3 seconds. This is still going to be the target area right here. There goes a news candle, huge spike. No surprise there. Big spikes back and forth. So I will mark up the news price once this candle closes. High impact news right here. You can see that big spike right there. That's fine. I want price to push down anyways. It's cool. I'll let it push down. I'll catch it as it swings back up. So you can go ahead and drop as far as it wants. I'm going to catch it as it comes right back up. So I do expect it to come back up. This is just manipulation, obviously. ISM services, PMI, news was positive. Okay, perfect. This lines up exactly with what I'm looking for. I want price to continue dropping, keep it coming down, and then I'm going to catch it as it swings back up because it's going to correct. There's news price right there. I'm going to delete this. Candle's closing in about 5 seconds. Okay, perfect. All right, great. That's what I was looking for anyways. News was positive. So I'm expecting price to swing back up. ISM services PMI 56.7. It was positive. Factory order is also positive. There we go. As price starts to swing back up. Unfortunately, this is not going to be an entry for us because we need that bullish momentum. So I need that buy signal to come up. Once the buy signal comes up, I'm looking for the retracement, rejection off the K2SR, and then I will take an entry from there. So I'm just going to be marking up these SR zones. All right, solid. All right, I got the SR zones drawn up right there. So this is already been broken. This is cool. I'm going to I'll just take this off for now because it's not really relevant. We're looking for the bounce. I'll take this off right now too. So we're looking for the bounce, but I need to have a buy signal in order for me to take it. So again, right here, here's another pattern that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the rejection with the green candle. Unfortunately, I can't take this. There's a lot of red flags here. News price again right here, but it's doing exactly what we anticipated, right? Everything here is bullish. So this was just manipulation off this news candle. News candle price manipulates to the downside. Now it's pushing back up. Everything's bullish. There's no reason to take any sells right now. Fundamentals are green. Sentiment is almost 60% short. Looking over here at the heat map, heat map is still pretty green as well. A couple of red stocks, but not too many. There we go. Price pushes back to the upside. But yeah, just a lot of red flags here. I need a buy signal to come up before I can take anything. All right, I gotta go and update this zone again because price is above it. So these zones are back to being relevant for now. Perfect. There goes a buy signal right there. Damn, this candle here looks a little big though. It's a little too big. So I'm going to see if it swings back up. If it swings back up, I'll take it for the buy. Let it ride up a little bit. Trace a little bit, swing back up. This right here is a pivot scalp. I'm just going to wait for it, see if it swings back to the upside. The candle here is just too big. It doesn't fit the criteria here, or I mean, it kind of does, but one of the red flags, candle is too big. So you want to wait for the retracement and then swing back to the upside. But I do expect it to push back up higher. So let's see if I can take this over here. There goes, price pushes up. This would be a pivot scalp inch right here. And it hit my full TP. Made 1,090 off that trade. So if you guys waited for it to pull back like I did, waited for it to pull back, swung back up, hit my TP or hit the entry point, I took it, full TP right there. So full TP off the pivot scalp entry. If you guys are wondering what strategy I applied right there, that is a pivot scalp. And I'm looking for another scalp here as well. Let's run K2SR real quick. Fuck, I missed it. Damn it. There was another entry right here. There was two that I could have taken. It would have been double TPs right there. So this is a pattern that I was looking for right here. It rejected right off the SR. I totally missed it, unfortunately. It's okay. I took one of the trades. So this is what I was saying. These trades come up really quick. This is a pattern I was looking for. Price came up, came back down, rejected off the K2SR, and I could have taken two trades right there. Unfortunately, I only caught the pivot scalp, but it's all good. Yeah, that would have been two trades right there. But it's all good. I'll take a screenshot of my profits, show you guys what I locked in. It's okay. Totally missed it. But yeah, these trades come up quick. Like they'll come up right after each other. So you got to be on point with following it. I'll just give you guys a little screenshot over here for this. Let me clean it up a little bit. There's no entry right now anyways. Let's see. Okay, so I'm looking for the retracement back down. Need solid profit off that there. What was I looking for? Okay, it's fine. Price is pushing down right here. I'm looking for it to come down. And then let me take a screenshot of my profits as well. So there's nothing here right now. I'll just keep that up for when we do have another entry, but I missed one trade. It's all good. Should have been two scalps there. So let me screenshot my profits real quick. Still following this right here. There's no wick rejection off the structure. If we get that wick rejection, we'll take this for a buy. It's like touching the structure, but it's not really rejecting off it. So I need it to push down a little more. So if it pushes down a little more and then it comes back up, closes green, I will be taking that. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a screenshot of my profits. Some slippage, but it's okay. I mean, I'll show you guys right now. All right, so no buy off that. Candle here is red. So there's not going to be an entry off that. But the thing with these scalps is that they could come like there could be one entry running and then another one right after. So sometimes you just got to enter right away with your DOM setup. Okay, so there's no entry right there. It's okay if the sell signal comes up. We just got to wait for it to come back with the buy signal and then look for that same setup again. A lot of these times, these trades overlap. One of the reasons I was really inclined to take these types of trades was the fact that I looked at these entries from yesterday, and there was like 30 trades with 0 losses, which, I mean, as you guys can imagine, that's pretty insane, right? So that's why I was like, okay, I got to go back to trading that way, because if I could go 30 wins, no losses in an entire New York session, it's solid. So there goes the win right there. Let me post my profits with it. I'm still looking for an entry here, but there's nothing to take just yet. All right, so There goes my trade off that scalp. There's no entry here yet. This is fine. If this closes as a solid green candle, you know, wick rejection off the structure right here and solid green candle, then this might be another scalp. But we need it to actually reject off this structure. It can't just be like a random green candle. It has to be like a rejection, like wick rejection, green candle pushing back up. So we can indicate that it's going to push up, probably push up to the next structure here. You know, it's just the same setup that we looked for earlier. So here are my profits off that trade right there. I locked in 1,090. You know, just being transparent with you guys to show you guys which trades I took. There's the pivot scalp that I took right there. Hit my full TP, locked in 1,090 off my main FTMO. FTMO copy, I locked in 990. My MFF, I locked in 960. 960 off my second MFF and 960 off my third MFF. So basically just about 1,000 all around. See how this candle here closes. Let's see. So this right here, I mean, it's kind of an iffy candle, but it looks like it does set up for it. So let me see if it swings back up. I'll make a late entry. Not in it yet, but look for it to swing back up. Let me see where it's currently at right now. I'm looking at MT4 for the entry, so I'm trying to time this. It looks like it's in there. All right. In the position, full TP. There you go, guys. Another full TP right there. So I just set that up right now. As I showed you, I waited for it to pull back, came back up, another full TP, quick scalp. Damn, nice. All right, cool. So let me see what I got over here real quick. Take another screenshot of my profits. These trades come quick, guys. You guys got to be paying attention. So, nice scalp. K2. I'm gonna call this strategy the 1 minute. 1 minute K2SR. Let's call it K2SR scalp. Fuck, I missed another one. Damn. My bad, guys. It happened right after each other. So again, right here, man, this is why I got to be focused on the charts and not talking. There was another entry right here. It rejected off it. And there was another one right there. I totally missed it. Damn. It's all good. I already have 2 wins for the day. You really got to keep an eye on it. Like C6 said, you like literally have to be following because the trade will happen right after. So say, for example, this one hit full TP and then this one over here, another one, you just would have double dipped into, not really double dipped into it because they're separate entries, but they happen so fast. So it's all good. I missed 2 trades today. It's the same pattern B. Wick rejection off it, green candle. So it's the same exact thing I just looked at right here. Wick rejection off the structure, green candle. Wick rejection off the structure, green candle. Yeah, no, it's pretty easy, but it's like you got to really be paying attention. Because the trades come right after each other. So I was pretty much playing with this strategy yesterday. There was literally over 30 wins and 0 losses. I traded from I looked at it from 6:30 to 10. And it's just like insane. So I saw it and I was like, damn, 30 wins and 0 losses. Like, I'll take the risk. Why not? And that's why I'm back to scalping, because I can make so much profit off just scalping. You know, especially if I start to increase my lot size. All right, so my profits are looking pretty solid across all my accounts. Just taking a screenshot of them real quick so I can show you guys. This should have been like another 2 wins, but it's all good. But I'm sure this is what all you guys want to see anyways. I mean, you guys like scalping. It's like your coffee in the morning, right? Who needs coffee and you scalp US30 on the 1 minute? Man, for some reason my MFF just keeps giving me like less profit. It's all good. And these trades happen so fast where you're like, you don't really have to think very much. You kind of just take the trade. You see the setup, take the trade, hit it on your DOM, let it run, and then, you know, go on with it. So let me just post up my profits real quick. There's nothing else here. I'm looking for another retracement. So maybe we can come in for another entry, but there just isn't anything right now. So, all right, nothing right now. I'll keep that up. looking for the same setup again right here. Rejection off the K2SR, looking for a green candle, push back up, or anything else. If I see a high-low entry, I'll take that. If I see anything else, I'll take that as well. If we get a sell signal though, no entry, you got to wait for the green momentum. So this is kind of similar to how a lot of people trade. Like this is kind of similar to, like, I wouldn't say exactly how Kevin trades, but Kevin kind of trades this way as well. You guys have seen Kevin with the crazy profits, right? He basically combines, my analysis here off the live with his price action breakdown and also like the K2 indicators as well, just identifying where these rejections happen and quick entries. So let's see another one right here, maybe. It needs to be an actual like rejection. It can't be like some random like doji candle. I missed it. Happened too fast. So this right here was kind of like it wasn't a strong rejection candle. So in full TP again right there. So damn it, another trade. I missed like 3 trades applying this, but it's okay. It wasn't a strong candle. It happens too fast. Happens too fast, and you have to really be focused on it, because the thing with this is this candle like was up here and it closed down here. So this could have been a good or a bad trade, but the candle was just too weak. It wasn't a strong rejection. It's all good. Wait for the next one. I think I posted my profits already. Okay, so here are my profits for the day so far. I'm up 2,280 off my main FTMO, locked in 2 full TPs right there, the green strip. So I let them run straight to 100 pips. My copier right here, 2,280 as well. You can see this one, there's some slippage in my favor. For some reason, MFF is still keeps screwing me. There's no slip, well, there's slippage here, but not in my favor. It locked in 960, total profit of 1,920. Same with my second MFF and my third MFF. So not too bad. So we'll keep watching it right here, guys. We have news. We still have news at 7:30, so just keep that in mind. I'm only looking for buys here. So even if this shifts to a sell, I'm not looking for sells. I'm still sticking to the buys. Let me just give a quick update over here. Great scalps off live applying. And this just becomes a lot easier because you guys can take these scalps and just set the DOM, so you don't have to like be worried about moving your stop loss and profit, or like be worried about if the trade's going to go opposite or not, right? You like literally enter it, hit your TP, you're done. Move on to the next one. All right, so price is pushing back down right here. This is fine. We have a sell signal, so we're not going to have any more entries until we get another buy signal. So it's okay. This is a cool down period for us. So if your blood's pumping right now, it's time for you guys to take a little break. It's funny whenever people talk about trading US30 with me, they're like, bro, when I trade US30 with you, like my heart rate's going like through the roof, because like they're worried about the trade. But if you guys can just use the DOM, you don't have to worry about it, or the FTMO trade tool manager. Because like for me, I don't care about it. Once I take the trade, I let it run to TP. If the trade gets iffy and it doesn't pull me out, then yeah, I'll pull out manually. But for the most part, once you take the trade, you just take it and just let it run to your TP. Yeah, Maddie said US30 gives people high blood pressure. But if you're in KT and you listen to Sean, then you're good. No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, guys, just listen. With my analysis every morning, you just have to listen. I'm telling you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'm just like, okay, I'm entering this trade, and then I'm going to exit here, or I'm setting my TP here. As long as you guys listen and follow along, there should be no problem, because you're taking the same exact trades as me, and I'm not here to lose. So if you're following me and you're doing exactly what I'm doing, then odds are you're probably not going to lose any trades, because I'm not here to lose, guys. I'm here to win. And I don't like losing trades. So if I see something risky, I'm not going to take it. If I don't feel comfortable, I'm going to pull out. So literally, if you can mimic what I'm doing, you should have no problem. If you guys start doing your own thing and you think you have a big head and you know how to do better than me, then that's your fault. But that's what happens with most people, right? A lot of people, if you follow me, you're great. If you start to do your own thing because you think, okay, this trade's going to keep moving, and you get greedy and then you lose a trade, that's where it starts to mess with your trade psychology. You just got to be disciplined and consistent with your entries here. Like, for example, here, I could have held this trade longer, like this buy, but I pulled out, had my TP set. You know, obviously I could have wrote it for double, triple, or whatever, but I didn't. I held it for 100 pips, currently up pretty nice across all my accounts, and I'm happy with that. So just keep that in mind, guys. You know, if you stick to the game plan, you guys should have no problem doing well with trading. But if you guys have too much of an ego, because you want to go for like these 1 to 10 moves, I see people do this all the time. They try to go for these big moves and they just lose time after time. Not to say that it doesn't work, but you know, a lot of times you're going to be running into a lot of L's before you have any wins. For me, I'd rather have these small win or these smaller wins and keep my confidence, right? Because that's what trading is about. If you have confidence in trading, you're pretty much unstoppable. Like you can just keep going time after time after time after each trade, and you'll feel great about all your entries. So even though these are smaller wins, it works. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm looking at. But yeah, basically these are my profits so far. Let's look at everyone's profits because there's nothing for us to take here anyways. Even if we wanted to take something, there is nothing for us to take. Actually, give me a second. Damn, there's a couple entries here, so I'm fucked up. Sorry, guys. There's one here that I missed. So I wouldn't have taken that sell either, Maddie. I'm just looking over here. There's another entry right here because the trend meter's red. So it shifted. We're not looking for buys now, we're looking for sells. There was one right here that you could have taken, but it was right at the sessions. So there's another one right there, but I wouldn't have taken it because it was right at the sessions, like basically the biggest red flag there. But now I'm looking for sells. So I was looking for buys earlier because the trend was bullish. Now that price is below here, I can now look for sells. If price swings back up, I'm going back to buys. So I'm looking at the trend meter. This is basically the direction I'm trading at. If it's green, okay, cool. I'm looking for buys. If it's red, I'm looking for sells. Momentum's a sell. Trend meter's red. I'm looking for that swing back up. Rejection off any of these points. Catch it back down. So this is why I was saying this is kind of like how Kevin kind of trades. Not exactly how he trades, but you'll see Kevin, even though bias is bullish, he'll be taking trades in both directions. For us here, same situation. Since we're only going for 100 pips, you can easily catch this in both directions. So like, for example, right here, if price pushes below here, comes back up, wick rejection off this structure, K2SR, and continuation back down, then great, I'll take the sell. Make a quick profit in that direction as well. So that's what we'll be looking at. Pending momentum doesn't matter, but you're trading in the direction of momentum. So you have to have momentum already. There's no pending momentum for this. You're basically just trading in the direction of momentum. So for example, here we have momentum coming down. You're looking for the retracement. You're looking for the continuation. So momentum, continuation, you enter on the continuation. So basically momentum, retracement, rejection, entry, because you're going to ride that continuation back down. So there's no pending momentum for this. If you're applying variation, yeah, you'll use momentum, but for this specific strategy, no. And again, I haven't explained the strategy. So if you guys have questions about it, I'm not going to go over it today. Just make sure to attend the next mentoring session. I'll go over this more in detail. But this strategy is crazy. I've been looking at this for the past couple of days. It's been like 10, 20, 30 wins each day, no losses. You imagine that, 20 wins, 100 pips. It's like 2,000 pips there. And then no loss, literally just straight to T. But there's been a lot of entries though. So you guys got to be very careful about which ones you take, because there's going to be a lot of red flags like the sessions right here. This is the main red flag. Maddie said, been testing it for a month and it's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I agree too, Maddie. Maddie said like 10 wins during New York session every day. Yeah, that's like 1,000 pips. If you guys can do that every day, it's 1,000 pips. Like for example, I already have 2 here. If I could lock in 8 more, I'd lock in 10,000 off this account, or basically across all my accounts. So as the volatility starts to pick up, this is going to be super, super lucrative because we're going to have a lot of entries. This is summer, so it's a little bit slower, but in the the fall and winter, when the market starts to pick up a lot, you're gonna get a ton of rejections. So literally off every rejection, you can take an entry. And by that time, your first trade is gonna hit TP already. So like, for example, here, I had a buy here, right? Once this hit TP, if I was like focused and not like doing other stuff, I would have just taken this in right here too. So I had double TPs right there. And a lot of times it happens just real quick like that. That's why sometimes you'll see Kevin's profits here. Like, let me just go over here real quick. You'll see Kevin's profits. He's taking trades like literally after a couple seconds, right? Because he has another entry, or like after the next minute. So he'll take like one trade here, one trade here, one trade here, and so he took about 4 trades off like the same within like a minute span, because he's looking for those wick rejections off structure. So yeah, if you guys want to make a lot of profits, I mean, this is like one way to do it. You just got to have full focus. It's really what's the key here. Other than that, let me just check everyone's profits real quick. So let me scroll up real quick. Okay, so we got Kenny over here. Kenny took some trades, locked in a total profit of 324. Great work, Kenny. Kenny took a couple more right here. He's now up 1,091. Great work, Kenny. Looks like Kenny is like back in his swing with these scalps. Frazier over here as well, currently up 270. Nice work, Frazier. Great, great. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here profiting off these scalps here that I'm taking. Sam over here locked in well over 1,000 for the day. Took 2 scalps. Great work, Sam. You guys are killing it. Patrick over here as well, currently up 9,102. Great work right here, Patrick. And you guys are killing it. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to post them up. We got a lot more over here. Rashida over here, she locked in a total profit of 474 for the day. Nice work, Rashida. She needs 2 more scalps, yeah? Probably get them before the end of the session today. John over here, he took a sell at open, loss, but then he made it right back up on the way to the upside. Total profit of 642 for the day. Nice recovery right there, John. That's a key thing. Recovery, right? If you guys lose the trade, you don't have to be too stuck on that. Just take the next trade and cover it. Charles over here, currently up 2,839. Nice work, Charles. And as you guys can see, these are all different K2 members. It's not just me profiting off these scalps. You guys are doing pretty great. Valentine over here too, locked in 2,781. Great work, Valentine. Maddie over here, locked in a total profit of 990 off this account, full TP. Nice work, Maddie. Second account, 2,280 full TPs off both trades. Nice work, Maddie. Nelly over here. Nelly said, trying to trade from Nigeria right now. Sorry about the connect. Oh, you're good, Nelly. No problem. I know someone else is traveling as well, so they're having issues. Here comes Kevin with the huge profits, locked in 22K for the day. Nice work, Kevin. Quick scalps right here. So great work, guys. If you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free to post them in the group. I will add them to the list over here. Patricia said, mad at myself at that loss because I hit sell instead of buy. So Patricia had a little accident over here. Locked in total profit of 5,300, but it's all good. You recovered it almost on those other trades. So it's all good, Patricia. You're still in profit for the day, so that's great. All right, guys, you guys are killing it. If you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free. Otherwise, I will be looking for other entries over here. This zone over here is now updated. So let me just go and just update this real quick. Not really updated, but it's gone a little wider. All right, so there's no entry right now. There goes all the zones on the chart. We're still looking for a sell here because the trend meter is still red. If price swings back up, then great, we'll start looking for some buys. Right now, we just don't have it right now at the moment. But yeah, I mean, profits look pretty great so far. It's just a rinse and repeat of whatever we're seeing here. I don't see anything else at the moment, so I'm just gonna have to wait. Let's see a question from B real quick. We have news coming up in about a minute anyway, so I'm gonna wait for it. Yeah, Maddie said too close to news price though, so he's gonna sit. B said, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just a wick off K2SR in the direction momentum plus trend meter. If you're looking for buys, needs to be a wick off the zone. Green candle, red for sells. So you're pretty much good for the most part, B, but also the wick rejection has to be like an actual rejection, right? You can't have like a doji candle rejecting off. Like just because there's a wick off the structure, I wouldn't count that. Like you have to look for actual like decent candle. Like you can't be like so small or you can't determine whether it's a red or a green candle, or you can't take it where it's like super like, let me see if I can find an example here. Like this candle right here, right? This red, say if this was rejecting off something, I'd probably skip it. I'm going to try to see if I can find, but here's the thing. Like this one right here, right? This one right here was rejecting, or actually it doesn't fit the requirements because the trend meter was green. There's just some subjectivity to it because you want to make sure that that candle is actually rejecting. It's not just like this, like a random doji candle, right? I know it's not rejecting off anything, but if it was, it just wouldn't be a, yeah, sort of. It doesn't really have to be strong, but it has to look like it's bouncing off the K2SR. Like for example, right here, you can see that these are pretty clear. Like prices down here, you can see how it's bouncing right off it. That's a pretty clear rejection. It's not a strong candle necessarily, but it's rejecting right off it. So that's going to be kind of where the subjectivity comes in place. Like for example, right here, this might be a solid entry. Let me see. This is a news candle. If this closed as a green candle, it would have looked like, possible rejection, but it would have been kind of small. So it's just going to come with like practice and like looking at the candles. Once we run into more examples, I mean, today's not the best day because there wasn't so many examples to look at. But if we look at like yesterday's, there was a ton of examples. Like there was like so many trades that came back to back between 6:30 and 10. I mean, if that becomes the case and I can cash like 30 trades with no losses from like 6:30 to 10, I might just start scalping like even a little bit longer. But I did notice that like once it hits 8 o'clock, the market does get kind of choppy, or it gets to the point where price is too rangy. So I think the main red flags for applying any of these scalps, not just this strategy, but anything in general, would be avoid the sessions, avoid big candles, and avoid ranging markets. So those are the three main things to look for. See if there's anything else over here. Let's see, Brian said big red candle rejection off the top structure. So for this right here, I would, well, yeah, I agree with what you just said, Brian, because it does reject off the news price. It doesn't necessarily reject off the structure, but this structure right here, not the K2SR, but structure, from my view, would be the news candles right here. So huge wick off here. The one thing that you want to keep in mind is that this is news candle though. So I would have skipped it. There was news that came up at 7:30. It was crude oil inventories. Let me refresh that real quick. So crude oil inventories was negative, and that's why price reacted that way. It came down. So yeah, no, you spotted that properly. The rejection off the news price right there, but the main red flag would be that it was also a news candle. So I would have just skipped it. All right, still looking for some entries here. There's just nothing for us to take right now. If we get a sell signal, great. So there goes the sell signal right there. One thing that I was looking at as well is if we can incorporate the actual signal candle as a rejection, but I think it's probably best to just leave that alone and then wait for the following rejection off here. So if we get a strong, or not really a strong red candle, but a red candle off this rejecting, this could be a possible scalp. For a sell, it's rejecting off this point, but it doesn't look like it's going to close. Gotcha, Maddie. Yeah, no, and I agree too. So possible scalp right here. If it closes, it's got to close as a red candle and a wick rejection. If it's like too iffy, then it's going to be something that you might want to just skip, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, too iffy. So that's why you got to wait for the candle to actually close, right? If you try to enter early, you'd be screwed because there's no entry there. But if this candle closed below here as a red candle, there was a nice rejection off here. We had sell momentum, trend meters red, solid. But it didn't close. So there's nothing off that right there. This is why you guys have got to be patient. You guys can't just be entering trades like 5 seconds or 10 seconds before. You got to be really patient and wait for it. Also, like Maddie said, it's right at open price too. So another red flag there. So the red flags still apply to everything here, guys. If you guys forgot about it, you want to avoid trades and prices in your sessions, opening price, news price, counts too big, prices ranging, literally all of the above right here. This blue line right here is going to be opening price. So that's why you kind of want to skip a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a risky entry. And just the way that the candle is moving, it's just too risky of an entry as well. So like, for example, right here, it's right at the opening price again. So that's another reason why I wouldn't take it. But you can see right here, we'll just follow it. I'll follow it and we'll see how it goes. It's probably going to hit TP. There you go, full TP. So the entry there did play. It did. So I was tempted to enter it, but I would have been kind of iffy because it was right at news price. Not news price, opening price. But there goes another entry for that same strategy that I was showing you guys. Super simple strategy. You just got to be focused and paying attention. I would have taken this, but it was right at the news price. There's another one right here too that's possibly coming up, but it's getting close to the what's it called? The sessions. Let's see how it closes. No, it's too close to the sessions. Again, another freaking red flag. So again, right here, another entry and it hit TP again. So 2 back-to-back TPs right there, but the red flags were in the way. So I'm going to hold off on that. It's right at the session. So as you guys can see right here, I just showed you guys 2 entries. There was one right there, but it was right at opening price. There's another one right here, but it's right at sessions. So depending on how risky you want to be, you guys can take whatever trades you guys want. There was literally like, I think if we count all the trades from open today, because market open right here, there was like 5 trades that I missed over here, right? So we had 5 trades here that I missed. There was 2 trades that I actually took, and then there was like 3 trades right here. What is that? That's 10 trades. We had 10 scalps right here, all wins, no losses. So literally, if you took every single trade, you'd have 10 wins, no losses. Even if you took 1 loss here, you'd be fine because that'd just knock you down by 3 trades. So, it's all about volume. So literally, if you took every single trade that I covered on this live session, if you guys want to go back and rewatch this live session, I think this live session is going to be really key for you guys in understanding how this works and how accurate it is, because I explained almost every entry here, even the ones that I missed. And you guys can see real time because we're doing this real time. I'm not like, I wasn't able to like predict the future and be like, okay, I'm going to just go over this strategy today because I want to show you guys a good day. No, this happens every day. If you look at this strategy from today, yesterday, the day before that, like it's like 10 to 30 wins every single day, no losses, which is, it's pretty crazy. So if you could focus for like an hour a day, or even if you want to trade longer, if you could focus for like a couple hours a day and just scalp, you can make a killing within like just a couple of scalps here. So something to play around with. Let's see. Patricia posted some more profits. She said, so happy to see the old Sean back. Thank you. More profits. So Patricia here followed the analysis as well, locked in. She took the sells right here, the ones that I said were risky that I wanted to take, but I missed. Patricia took them, locked in a total profit of 6,130. So you guys will see a lot of this moving forward, guys, because this is the way I do best at trading scalping. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to change the way I trade to cater to other people because this is how I trade and this is how it works for us. We've been trading like this for years and it's been great. Lately I've just been doing a lot of different types of strategies because a lot of people ask for that, but I'm just going to focus on this because this is what really makes us the most money. Scalping. So Patricia over here added a couple more profits, locked in a total profit of 6,395. Nice work, Patricia. And as we continue to do this and I focus more on my scalps, I'm just going to close down the signups for K2. Here, just a quick heads up, guys, we're going to be rebranding K2. So I know it might be like a surprise to you guys, but I ran into some like legal stuff where I have to rebrand K2. So I'm going to close the signups. If you guys are in the group, perfectly fine. If you guys canceled, you're probably not going to be able to come back for a while. So if you guys want to come back and you guys, want to keep seeing these scalps, then you guys should sign up as soon as possible, because once I rebrand K2, you guys aren't going to be able to sign up for K2. It's going to be a whole long process where I'm changing the entire name, brand, logo, everything. So if you guys want to be part of this and you guys want to be able to scalp like this every day for like, I guess, the rest of the year, make sure to sign up as soon as possible, because once the signups are closed, the website's going to be down for new people. If you guys already have access to the website, it'll be available to you, but the whole rebranding process is going to take a while. I'm going to have to come up with a new logo, new name, new everything. It's a headache that I just don't look forward to going through with, but I got to do what I got to do. Anyways, more profits over here at Ross as well. Locked in total profit of 5,370. So basically, this is what I'm going to be doing every day, scalping. I'll give you my analysis. You guys can copy trades if you like. And if you guys have the indicators, even better, because you guys can apply this during whenever you guys like to. Patrick over here, he said that last one from Sean's analysis real time. He took the trade here for the sells, locked in a total profit of 11,178. Great work, Patrick. And you guys are killing it. No entry right here right now. I'm still looking. Yeah, so I don't see any entries right here. I'm looking for something, but I don't have anything at the moment. And yeah, no, Rashida said, turn your MT4 sound back on. Yeah, no, I probably will. Probably will, because I'm going to be scalping so you guys can know exactly when I'm entering. Al over here as well, locking a total profit of 777. Nice work, Al. Nice recovery on here. Looks like you took a couple of trades here on open, kind of some losses, but you made it right back over here on these other trades. So nice work, Al. Seth over here, locking a total profit of 7,055. Nice work, Seth. Yeah, definitely. Said a rough start, but recovered. That's the key thing there, recovering off those trades. So great work, guys. Dell over here as well. Dell locked in a total profit of 621. Nice work, Dell. Charles over here as well, locked in a total profit of 3,269. Great work, Charles. All right, guys, you guys did amazing. So if you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free to post them up, and then I'll add them to the list over here. Al said I was driving and trading on the losses, SMH. Yeah, no, it happens. I remember before when I used to commute to work, when I was still working as an attorney, I would trade on my phone and I'd be so pissed because I'd be in bumper to bumper traffic and I accidentally have some losses. But it's all good, Al. You recovered and you did pretty good. Scotty over here as well, currently at 1,445. Nice work, Scotty. All right, other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm looking for. Kenny said, how about K2 2.0? No, Maria, the strategy is not on the website. This is one that I apply by myself privately when I'm not on the lives. But you just rewatch this live session. It pretty much goes over. It's not a very difficult strategy. I go over it pretty in detail with every entry here. You're just looking for a couple things. Let me scroll up real quick. B's asking, are you marking up the SR zones on the 1 minute? Only the 1 minute. If you're using the SR zone strategy, then you can use different time frames, but I'm only trading here on the 1 minute. So I'm just you guys can see right here. I turn it back on. That's where the zones are. I just drew rectangles over them. So I'm only drawing them on the 1 minute for this specific strategy. So there's no entries available yet, guys. I'm still looking for sells, but we need to sell momentum in order for us to take the trades. So we don't have anything that's available right now. We have a bullish momentum. We need to sell momentum for us to catch that. So there's nothing right here right now. Oh, nice work on the recovery, Brian. So Brian said he hopped into the first scalp hella late and ate a big loss, but he made it back and then some. Yeah, no, definitely. Nice work there, Ryan. Yeah, you guys just got to be on point. When the candle closes, you got to enter right away. If it's an iffy candle or the candle's too big, wait for the retracement. Otherwise, just skip it. Like I mentioned, there's like 10 or 30 trades that come up here. So if you miss the trades, just move on to the next one. For me, I missed like 5 trades up here, but I still locked in some pretty good profit across my accounts. Right. So it's just going to be key with identifying, which one you want to take, which one you want to skip. But all right, 7:44 right now. I'm trying to see if there's maybe one more entry I could take. If there's nothing to take, my cutoff is still 8 o'clock. Looks like price is starting to range right here too, so it might not be a good time to be taking any more scalps. But if we see something, I'll let you guys know. I just don't see anything right now, so I'll be playing it cool and waiting for anything to actually come up. S said, could you go over that strategy again, please? With the 10, 20 trades. Let's wait until 8 o'clock. Once it hits 8 o'clock, then we can try to go over it. We just, you guys need to just read that, like what Matt said. So Matt said, we need to rewatch today's session again. It makes sense. Yeah, you guys just have to rewatch the session because like we have like clear examples. So I'll go over it. I'll go over the trades again today, but after I'm done going over the trades, you guys should go back and review the session again because you guys can see them applied real time. Yeah, just give me a few minutes, guys. Once it gets closer to 8 and I'm done trading, then I'll look at the examples for today. Or if the market starts to range and it just dies out, I'll go over the examples. We'll wrap this up. You guys can watch, just review everything and then be ready for this tomorrow. Oh, and just an FYI, guys, I don't think we're going to have a live session tomorrow, unfortunately. Sorry. My flight is I'm flying to Hawaii tomorrow for vacation. I'm going to be there for about a week. I have my flight at like 8 or 9. So I got to be at the airport by like 7 or 6. So there's going to be like no way for me to trade in the car because the connection is not going to be great for me to be live streaming. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to skip the live session for tomorrow. If you guys want to trade, you guys are more than welcome. I will be back on Friday though. It's going to suck because Hawaii is 3 hours early. So I got to wake up at 3 o'clock to trade with you guys in the morning. So I'll be live with you guys. But I got to be waking up like at 3 o'clock on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. Trade with you guys in the morning, which is fine. I'm always up to make money. I'm going to need to trade anyway, so I can pay for that vacation while I'm over there. Maddie said Kip will wake up with you. Kip's lucky. Kip's actually not in Hawaii anymore. So Kip moved to Texas, I believe. Yeah, he's back on the mainland. He has a job out here. So yeah, I will be sitting out tomorrow, but unfortunately tomorrow, but I'll be back on a Friday. So we'll wrap it up on Friday. Friday's NFP, so you want to be a bit careful, but it might be beneficial for us because price is going to be spiking all over the place. It'll be quick to take these scalps. So there's a wick rejection off here, but the trend meter is red. So you're still looking for sells here. In order for us to take sells, we need to have a sell signal come up. Yeah, thanks, Sisu. Sisu also mentioned to understand the K2SR zones, watch the training course on the website. So if you guys are not familiar with like how the K2SR indicator works, I'll go over it shortly. If you guys want to sit tight for a little bit in the next 10 minutes, if we don't have any entries here, I'll go over a couple of things. I'll go over the examples of the entries today. And then I will also go over the K2SR strategy, or not the strategy, but the indicator. Let's see if there's anything else over here. So basically the way that this strategy is applied is like, or the way that I apply it is that I typically would apply this, sometimes you guys would be watching me post profits, or you guys would hear my MC4 go off like in the past, and you guys didn't know what I was taking, right? A lot of the times I was applying this strategy. This is a strategy that I apply privately on my own. because I didn't think that you guys would pick it up quickly. Like I thought it'd be too difficult for you guys to learn. But now that you guys have seen it, it's actually not that hard. And it's pretty simple to follow. So we will let me see. All right, so the bias is shifting back up. You can see the trend meter is turning green right here. So with it turning green, we're looking for the rejection back to the upside. Only problem is there's a lot of red flags right here. There's a news price, some more news price, opening price right there, etc. Let me see what's over here. See Charles over here posted his profit. So Charles over here, all wins, no losses, current profit of 4,029. Damn, Charles, nice work, man. You're back in the full swing. So it looks like this is like exactly what you guys needed. It seems like a lot of you guys were in a slump for a while. I was getting kind of worried. Just kidding. I wasn't really worried, but I did see that a lot of people weren't posting profits as much as we used to. We come back one day with scalping, everyone's killing it. So this is everyone's profits for today. You guys did pretty amazing. Charles here at 4,000, Scotty over here up 1,400, Charles again earlier, Dell up 621, Seth over here up 7,000, Al over here up 717, Patrick up 11,000. You guys did good. I think this was just the kick in high gear that you guys needed. You guys need me to come back to scalping so that you guys can get it going again. So there's another entry right here, but it's right at news price. So unfortunately, no entry there. Or if there was an entry, I wouldn't take it. It's right at the news price. Brian said, hit my target. Thanks, Sean. Good luck, everyone. Definitely, Brian. We'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you on Friday. I'll be gone tomorrow. Yeah, Charles said we got to stick to the scalping. Patricia said, exactly, Charles. That's what Sean does best. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. We're just gonna stick to scalping, guys. I've been scalping for like years now, and you guys have seen my live trading. We've been killing it for like year after year after year. It's just recently, like the past couple months, we've had some new members join K2, and they kind of bugged me about coming up with some one-on-one strategies for them, but that's just not the way I trade. So I'm gonna stick to Maddie said whoever is begging for the one-on-one strategy needs to get banned. No, it's all good. The strategy still works though. If you guys want to take the breakout in the dailies, you guys can take those strategies perfectly fine, but it just takes too much time, and I just get too bored on these live sessions. We'll be waiting for those entries for like 2 hours, and sometimes they don't even come up. For these scalps, they always come up no matter what. Yeah, no, exactly. Charles said the scalps had a way higher win rate. Yeah, no, because you can come in and scalp these like, so say for example, today we had like about 10 wins, right? Or there's like 15 trades here, I think that came out. If you took every single trade, 15, that basically be 1 to 15, because there was no losses here. Even if you took one loss, like say if you had 3 divided by 15, you'd still be at like a 2% ratio. So I don't see any other entries here, guys. There's a possible buy here, but it's right at the news price, so I'm not looking to take it. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not taking it. It's right at news. It's like literally at the news price right here. This pink line. There's like news price on both sides. There's news right here and news right there. We'll follow it. It actually doesn't even look like a strong rejection candle either, because it's barely rejecting off this structure. It needs to be like something deeper in, like this candle will have to be a bit higher up here in order for us to take it. So this right here is not a good entry. I'm not in entry. The red flags are clearly present. We're just going to follow it and see if it hits. It's probably going to hit. The strategy hits pretty often, and it's pretty accurate. So a couple of red flags, or one main red flag, which should be news price. Yeah, Maddie also mentioned that it's in another zone as well, so he doesn't like it. So B, I know your question earlier was about the candle. This is a candle. This is an example of an ugly candle. Basically a candle that doesn't fit what we're looking for. This would be a good candle. So let me show you I'll show you two examples here. Let me just delete this, or I guess we could leave it up for now. So let me just go over here real quick and show you this one. All right, so this one looks good, right? Because you can see this green candle right here is rejecting off this structure, super clean rejection, right? You can see the push to the upside. You take that for a buy right there. This is one that you want to look for. This is where the subjectivity comes in, but once you apply this enough times, you're going to be good. So looking at this right here, pushes up, full TP, smooth entry right there, right? Going back to this one over here, just rewind it to here so you can see the actual candle. Not so smooth, right? So just looking at this one right here, this is like inside a zone. It's barely rejecting off this one. It's kind of getting close to this one, but it's not necessarily fitting the requirements for a solid rejection candle. Another thing about this is that it's right next to news. So just not a good trade to take in general. One that I would personally skip. Not to say that it won't come back up, because this here might be the actual, or there might be another entry right here. Okay, so here's where you can double up on things sometimes. So there's one that's technically running right there, and then there's another one right here. This is actually a better rejection. However, it's right at news candle. So it's not necessarily one that would be too safe to take, right? It's like literally at the news candle. Actually, now that it's coming back down, it doesn't look like a strong candle either. No, it doesn't have to be a low B. It's not part of the requirements. You're just looking for a rejection. Here's the thing, just try not to make it more complicated than it really is, right? It's literally looking for rejection. Like you already had it down earlier. Now that you try to add other things like, oh, does it have to be a low? Does it have to be this, that, or the other? That's where you're just, just making it a little more. And I know you're just checking off the boxes, but just go with like exactly what I just mentioned. Because I feel like a lot of people, they start to add things to it. And then, yeah, like what Maddie said, less is more. Because if you have too many things that you're looking at, you're going to confuse it with like something else. Yeah, no, definitely. I got you. So there's another entry right here that could have been taken, but it's right at news again. So red flags are still present. This one is still running, and this one is still running right here. The only reason I'm mentioning not to add more is because we had someone in the group before. Like you guys remember Kurt before, right? Kurt just had an issue like identifying bias. Like the bias would literally look at retail sentiment, look at fundamentals, and look at the trend. But he would add like a lot of other things to it. I'm like, I don't even know where you got this information from. But for some reason, like in his head, he thought he needed to add like all these other things. So whatever I tell you guys is required, that's literally all that's required. You just don't want to psych yourself out and then avoid trades or skip trades because you think there's another requirement. I know the problem with that is that you guys want to have as many confluences as possible. For these scalps here, it's hard to check off confluences. Like you literally have to just take the trade right away. But yeah, there's two trades here that are running, but they're not good trades because there's red flags. Red flags for both of them, both near news price. This pink line right here is news price. It's also getting close to 8, so not really a good time to take anything. It looks like it's gonna hit TP though. So full TP right there off that. You guys can see, even though it's risky, it's gonna hit TP sometimes. And this trade over here is still running as well. So full TP right there. This and over here, another full TP looks like almost. Maddie said 746 was an entry, right? Yes, that's correct, Maddie. That's the one that I drew up right here. That's it's all freaking messy now. It was this one right here. The one that I had running. Yeah. So that one hit full TP. This one's probably gonna hit full TP too, but it's gonna be a while. The only thing you want to be careful for is gonna be news price. So if you guys took them, great. If not, that's great too. It's just too risky of a move. But I did mark it up just to show you guys the strategy still works perfectly fine. It just depends on your risk appetite. Last thing you want to do is take a loss taking a risky trade. So, all right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. Let me go and just look over the examples over here. So, I'll try to see as many as I can find along the way, but so let's just I'm done trading for the day, guys. Let's go back to 6:30. Let me leave the markups for news and stuff. So I'm just going to take these zones off so that I can clean it up a bit. We'll go back to 6:30. I'll show you all the entries that came up today so that you guys can see the power of the strategy if you guys apply it properly and if you guys have the patience to follow it. Yeah, Maddie said closing my MC4 now. Yeah, I'm closing mine too. If you guys have any questions or if you guys put a question in the chat earlier and I missed it, just put your question again in the chat and then I'll look at it. Sorry, there's like a lot of messages here, so I don't have time to scroll up and look for what I missed. But if you guys did put a question in the chat and I didn't get a chance to answer it earlier in the session, just put it back in the chat and then I will take a look shortly. All right, so let's go to 6:30 real quick. I'll try to do this as quick as possible. Just so that you guys have an understanding and you guys can see exactly what was taken here or what could have been taken. Okay, so market open here at 6:30. We have a sell momentum, trend meters red. You're looking for a wick rejection off the structure. I'm not going to put the requirements for the strategy yet because I don't have the requirements ready. This is a strategy that I just use myself, so I don't have anything here to share with you guys. But I'll just show you guys exactly what I'm looking for. We have a sell momentum here, trend meters red. I'm looking for a wick rejection off one of the K2SRs. Or here, I'll do this first. If you guys are not familiar with the K2SRs, let me just go back real quick. I'll go back to like a random time, or I'll just show you right here. The K2SRs pretty much automatically plots the support resistance on the chart for you. So as you guys can see, as price continues to move along, you guys can see how this resistance got populated up here. And then another resistance, the support here deleted because price is so far above. This indicator basically just automatically plots support resistance. Again, right here, new support, and it does all the work for you. So you don't have to go and manually input, support resistance. It just pretty much automatically plots it for you. So that's what that indicator does. Going back to 6:30 over here, let me go and see if there was any entries for us to look at. So the bias requirement for the strategy isn't necessary, but you can use it. It's going to be an extra confluence, but it's not necessarily required. If you guys feel that you need another confluence, then, great, use it. If not, you're perfectly fine with just looking at the trend meter here because these moves happen so quickly. So we have a sell momentum. We're looking for a wick rejection off the top side and a red candle. It doesn't come here. Now that we have a buy signal, our direction changes, right? We're now looking for a buy. So price bounces around. We're looking for a green candle that rejects off the structure. So check this out right here. We have so this is the first entry we took. This wasn't applying that strategy, but this was applying a pivot scalp. So this is the first one that we took right here. That's the first profit that I made right here at 7:04. You guys can see the timestamp right here, or actually, where did I take that trade? Sorry, I think that was a different one. Okay, sorry, never mind. I take that back. That wasn't the one I took. The one I took was over here. So here's an example of that strategy that I was showing you. We have a bullish momentum, trend meter is green. There's a green candle right here. There is a wick rejection off. Sorry, never mind, guys. I thought there was a zone right here, but it's not. The zones are actually above. Let me just draw them so there's no confusion. All right, so back to square one, no entries yet. I thought this wick rejection was rejecting off structure, but there's no structure there. We're looking for a wick rejection off structure, which is a K2SR, and then we're looking for a green candle to confirm the direction. So trend meter is green right here. We're looking for some buys. Okay, so here's the one that I took. We have green momentum right here. This is a pivot scalp entry. This doubles up as two strategy. So this is a pivot scalp. Also, we have a wick rejection off of K2SR right there. So that fits the requirements. Green candle, bullish momentum, trend meters green, wick rejection off K2SR, quick scalp right here, 100 pips. There goes one. Typically, we wouldn't take this because we don't take trades off the momentum, but this we took for a pivot scalp. It just pretty much was extra confluence. We took this trade here, full TP. So there goes one right there, right? We'll keep one right there. Let's keep moving along. There's another one right here, right after. So right here, there's another zone right here. This candle is rejecting off it, right? It's literally immediately after. Another entry right there. You take that trade for a buy, full TP. So two back-to-back wins right there. You're now looking for another one. Looking for a green candle that rejects off the structure. There's no entry off any of these over here. There's another one right here. So again, right here, wick rejection off the structure, green candle, momentum is bullish, 10 meters green. Another one right there. So as you guys can see, there's three back-to-back wins within like 5 minutes. Right there, you let that run, full TP. Again, right here, there's another one. So there's like 4 trades that happen right after each other. There's one right here, one right here, one right here. This candle closes, wick rejection off the structure, green candle, strong rejection. Another one right there, full TP. Okay, so as you guys can see, within 5 minutes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. trades. So 4 back-to-back wins right there if you took every single trade. See if there's another one here. This right here wasn't a very strong candle, but let's see if it actually worked. This is where what I was referring to earlier, where the candle sometimes will be a little bit, it won't be like a full-size candle, but it looks like it does still hit right there, like it barely hit. So this is what you want to look for. You want to make sure that the candle is an actual rejection candle. Like this is a strong rejection. This right here is like a medium rejection. This right here is strong rejection. This right here is strong rejection. This right here is kind of like a small candle. It's not necessarily a strong rejection. It's kind of like a doji, right? There's like a block in the middle, wick on top, wick on bottom, no direction. So I wouldn't have taken this one. I would have just skipped it. Because you have to make sure that it's actually rejecting off it. You're not just taking every random entry. You're taking the entries that actually reject off the structure in the direction of momentum. So again, right here, now the bias is shifted, right? So we have a sell momentum. Trend meter is now red. Let's take a look over here. We have structure. Right there. So now we're looking for sells. We have the wick rejection off this structure right here. Sell momentum, trend meter is red. The only red flag about this that I wouldn't have taken was that it's right at the session. So that's why I would have skipped it, but I think it does hit here still. So I'm just going to go over these entries to show you guys, like, even with the red flags, they still work sometimes. Well, most of the time. Full TP right there, right? Perfect. Let's see if there's another one here. Still looking for sells. Still looking for sells. We need to sell momentum though. All right, so this over here gets updated. This over here gets kind of pushed up a little bit to cover the other area. So this right here would be a bit iffy because, as I mentioned, we typically don't take the trades that have the sell momentum on it, but this thing over here aligns with the pivot scalp. So this was like the first entry we took. If you didn't take this as an entry for the strategy, it'd be like the first entry we took over here. There's a sell signal, it's a pivot scalp entry, but if you use this as a confluence with the other strategy, this here would be another one. I mean, I'd probably skip it because it just didn't fit everything that I was looking for. But if I thought about it, I was like, okay, this is a pivot scalp entry, plus it's an intraday entry, plus it's this K2SR rejection entry. There's like 3 confluences right there, 3 different strategies off the same candle. We'll take this over here and it'd be a full TP right there. Other than that, let's just keep going. 7:35, it's like 30 more minutes for us to wrap it up here with all the examples for today. Let's see. Okay, we're still looking for sells. There's nothing to take right now. We need to sell momentum in order for us to take it. Okay, now the bias is shift again. So now looking for buys. All right, so there's one right here. But okay, so there's one right here. Let me just go back to that entry right here. I think this is the one that we were looking at where it was like right at the news price, so we didn't take it. Yeah, this is like at the end. So again, right here, green momentum, trend meter green, wick rejection off the structure, somewhat strong green candle. It's not very strong, but it might be able to fit the criteria to some extent. So if we were to take that there, pulls back a little bit. There's another entry right here. So basically 2 entries running side by side, wick rejection off the structure, green candle, green momentum, green trend meter. Basically got 2 trades running at the same time. Those are overlapping. You can take one or take both. Depends on your risk. You let it run and full TP off this one. There's another one right here. But again, it's right at news price. So, I mean, same thing that was happening earlier. It's like right at news price. So personally, I would have skipped these, but I'm just going to show you guys for the examples here. Full TP again off that one. And then full TP off this one too. So all of these hit full TP. We have no losses for the entire day for these trades. And that's it. This is current candle. So this one over here hit full TP. There's another one right here. Hit full TP. Other than that, I think that's about it for right now. This wasn't really a rejection candle. It's just a block candle right there. No real wick rejection off it. And I think that's about it. So let me see what B mentioned up here. B said there's one running now. It's a new zone, a previous zone. Would that count? Let's see, 804. Which one are you talking about? This one right here, B? So for this one right here, this wouldn't be 802. Yeah, so this is the one I just referred to. This one, you want to find like a wick rejection where it's actually like rejecting off it. Let me go back to that candle right there. See how this like you can see how the wick right here is not really pushing off. It's like literally just like the candle here is just too big. 801. This one right here. Yeah, so this one right here, it's like the second candle. It's the same thing. It's just it's not really a good entry candle because you don't have like a big wick. Well, it doesn't have to be a big wick, but you want to see like, a rejection. The wicks on both sides are pretty much the same size. It's like I kind of call like a stumpy candle, right? Because it's so big. It's like a big candle, but not really much of wick rejection. It does push up. Looks like it misses it by a little bit, right? Yeah, it does. Misses it by a little bit. You're looking for, let me see if I can find an example here. So here's an example of this one right here, right? See how the wick here is like, it's really pushing off the zone. That's what you're looking for. Even this one right here, it's not pushing off a lot, but it's pushing off like to some extent right there. Same with like this one right here. It's pushing off. Same with this one right here. I mean, some of them are going to be more clear than others. That's why I was mentioning that there's going to be a lot of entries, but if it doesn't look like a good rejection, you would just skip it. So for that same one that you referred to, I would just skip. I didn't even mark it up, did I? Let's see. 802. Yeah, I didn't even mark this trade up because I didn't even think about taking it. So for this one right here, I wouldn't have taken it. Also, this one right here, wouldn't take this one either. There's a couple more over here that came up. There's one right here. looks fine. I think that's it. 808. So let's see. Sam said 808. This is where it gets kind of messy because a lot of these. Okay, so this one over here. Yeah, actually, 808 is a good one. I was looking at this zone right here. I'll take this off. Just delete that. The one that Sam was referring to right here was actually it was a lower zone. So you go back to that 808. And this is a nice rejection right there. Boom. Solid rejection right there. Off that zone. Another full TP. So let's just count the trades real quick, just to show you guys how many of these hit today. Another full TP right there. Yeah, that 812, I mean, that one right there was perfect. Again, right here, another one. So let me see, quick question from B. B's asking, how does it work when the zone, it becomes one big zone because the other one just engulfs the other? Like, so for example, you were just mentioning that, like this one right here, right? There's one zone right here, and there's another zone within it. It just becomes one big zone because it's a zone within a zone, basically. That's how you would identify that. So right here for 812, another one again right there. Let that run right there and full TP again. Let me see what else we got over here. Another question from B. B's asking, would it be an entry if it wicked within the zone? Okay, so B's asking, would it be an entry if it wicked within a zone and the entry is still within the zone? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're just looking for a rejection, B. So, I mean, if yeah, let me see if I can find one here. So, like for example, like this one right here, right? It's wicking off the zone, but it's still within the zone. It still would have been an entry. Let me see if I can find another one over here. I don't really see another one. Yeah, I don't see any other ones here. But yeah, it would still be, what you're looking for is a rejection. The zones don't really matter. I feel like for a lot of people, it's gonna kind of deter them from taking a trade if it's still within a zone. The zone doesn't matter. You're not looking at the zone. You're looking for the rejection. So you're just looking for rejection off the zone, but it doesn't matter if it's within a zone, if it's pushing into another zone, if it's stuck within a zone. It doesn't really matter because there's just so many zones here, right? So what you're looking for is you're just looking for the reversal. That's why you're looking for the rejection. So like, for example, over here, all these buys, we have a bullish momentum, right? Trend meters green. We already know price is going up. So it doesn't matter if it's within a zone or not. We know it's going to push up. What we're looking for is we're looking for it to retrace, reject off the zone and push up higher. So if that makes sense, B. All right, let me clear this up real quick. I'm just going to clean everything up and we're going to count all the wins for today. So that I can show you guys how lucrative this strategy is. Like, this strategy is like, well, I mean, it's not a new strategy. I've been applying something similar to this and some other ones as well. It's just, I just never really thought to show you guys this because I thought it'd be too complicated, but it looks like you guys are understanding it pretty okay. So, okay, let's just cut this off, right? Cut this off at 817 or 818, whatever. 818, we'll cut it off and then we'll count all the trades from market open at 6:30 up until right now. So 6:30 market open, 818 done trading. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 wins, 0 losses. 12 wins times 100 pips each. That's 1,200 pips times, if I'm using a 10 lot, 10 lots, that's the 12,000 profit for today. If I just took whatever trades, if I took one loss, whatever, minus 3,000, still in profit 9,000 for the day. But odds are that's probably not going to happen as long as you follow it properly. So It works pretty good. So, just a reminder, if you guys want access to the K2 indicators, or you guys want access to the live sessions, anything really like to be part of this, go on the website, k2trades.com. This website might be down in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months or so, because I need to create a new website. So with that said, I think that is about it, guys. I mean, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, just a reminder, I'm going on vacation tomorrow for the next week or so. So I'll be gone tomorrow. I won't have a live session, but we'll be back on Friday. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Kevin over here posted his profits. He's up 35,000 for the day. Nice work, Kevin. Solid. We got Sam over here currently up well over 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Sam. Charles over here as well. Charles locked in a total profit of 4,666. Nice work, Charles. And other than that, I think that's it for the profits right now. Kevin again right here, 48,000 off his countdown. Huge jump over the last like 10 minutes or so. So question from B. B said, so am I right by saying you're making the group more exclusive? That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, and exactly. So with this strategy here, the problem with me releasing strategies to you guys is that, and also on the YouTube, I'm probably going to stop going on the YouTube for a while, because I'll be showing my strategies here, and a lot of people try to copy my strategies. And the thing is, with a lot of people using strategies, it's going to stop working, or it's not going to be as consistent, right, as it is today. Pretty much, I mean, if we can lock in like 30, like not 30 is kind of over pushing it, but say like 10 wins a day with no losses, that's super solid. Right. So yeah, definitely I would want to keep it a bit more exclusive, B. So when we do change the name and rebrand K2, I'm probably not going to be doing open signups anymore. I'll probably be opening signups maybe like once or twice a year, just so that we can just focus on who's within the group, helping everyone master it, and then lock in like massive profits within like that first half of the year, and then maybe let people in, do it again for the next half of the year, and then let people in, instead of just letting people just join at random, right? So if you guys are not in the group, or if you guys want to be part of the group, I mean, this is probably going to be one of your last opportunities to join within the next couple weeks or so, because once I start rebranding, the website's going to be down for new people, so you won't be able to sign up. I probably won't be on YouTube as much because I have to rebrand the YouTube as well. Everything's going to have to be rebranded. So if you guys are trying to freeload off the YouTube, and you guys made profit so far, maybe this is your time to take that leap and join the premium. Otherwise, the rebranding process is going to take a couple months. So yeah, if you guys canceled, or you missed a payment, or whatever, your account got automatically suspended or whatever, I mean, this is your time to reach out to me and let me know that you want to be part of the group. Otherwise, just wait until the next time it opens up. So are you just question from B, because B's asking, how come you're deciding to rebrand, if you don't mind me asking? Legal issues. There's other companies with the same names or similar names, so I got to rebrand. Basically pay me out to rebrand, which is annoying, but whatever, it's cool. It's a headache, but I have to do it. It just can't coexist with like other companies. There's hedge funds out there that have similar names, and they have like an unlimited supply of money. So instead of me fighting, I've been in this legal battle for a while, so that's why you guys haven't really seen me very much, because I've been battling this legal battle for like a year now, basically. So you guys probably haven't seen it, but behind the scenes, I've been handling this legal battle for a while now. And it's gotten to a point where it just makes more sense for me to rebrand, because it's just money going down the drain with me trying to fight this legal case. So that's why I'm going to be rebranding, guys. I'm probably not going to change too much. I haven't thought about new names yet, but we'll see. But anyways, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys have more profit to post up, feel free to post them up in the group, and then I will add them to the list. Cern over here just posted his profits. He made 860 euros for the day. Nice. Yeah. Cern said the easiest win on the 1,000 euro account today. Nice work, Cern. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Just a reminder, I won't be having the live session tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday.